Rise of digital tech means it's also in a period of transition. Next up, the digital platform, the key to staying relevant in the cross-border payment industry. I spoke to Chairman and CEO Alex Holmes and asked him to explain what MoneyGram does and how it's tackling broader digitization. Listen in.
The core remittance space, so migrants, hundreds of millions of migrants, moving to other countries to find opportunities, send money back home to support their friends and families and improve the lives of those in the countries that they came from. We traditionally have operated globally, through what we would call an agency network, so 350,000 locations in 200 countries around the world. But recently, in the last several years, we've been going through what we call a digital transformation, really trying to modernize our company and keep up with all the changes in technology and all the things that are happening, at the forefront of digital and communications and telecom and mobile and all the other exciting things.
Yeah, that is exactly the question I was going to ask you. In an increasingly digitized world, what proportion now of your overall transactions are done in some form via digital versus in store, in the local presence that you've talked about? What's the split right now?
Right. No. So, the World Bank is probably the foremost leader in measuring the percent of the industry that has moved digital. And so today they'd say, roughly speaking, about 60% of all transfers around the world are done still through cash. In our business, we're catching up quickly. In the last quarter, we just surpassed 20% of our global transactions are now done digitally. So we've improved our capabilities quite considerably, really, in the last 18 to 24 months, and just past 60 countries where we have digital capabilities enabled. So we're very excited about that. We're leading that with a lot of online direct consumer platforms, a brand new app that we've rolled out, new technologies for us like transaction notifications, a really exciting, revamped, and enhanced loyalty program. And it's really driving a lot of attraction and really, in many ways, which is really interesting, Julie, a completely new customer demographic for us. About 85% of all of our customers that transact digitally were never in the walk-in space before. So you actually see kind of an evolving market, which is great for us because it's additive to both, the walk-in business, but also additive to the growth of the company.
MoneyGram stock is up almost 20% year to date, although that partial recovery comes after a steep decline in the previous couple of years. This year, the digital payment platform Ripple has invested $50 million in the company. MoneyGram struck up the partnership in June to make the most of Ripple's digital currency, XRP. Cross-border transfers can be notoriously tough, so I got right to the point with MoneyGram's CEO.
Using blockchain wallet? Making transactions and paying commissions every day? Join us then. Get cash back up to 3.6%. Thousands of satisfied customers. Dozens of Bitcoins have been paid. Fast withdrawals to crypto wallets. Crypto cash back. Not with us yet?
Why Ripple? Listen in.
Most people probably really don't understand about money and the movement of money is that it's incredibly complicated to move money cross-border. One of the things that we talk about quite a bit internally is that, money doesn't actually move, right? Data moves. And so it's a really cumbersome process to run what we call the net settlement engine to enable the cash to be available in all of those markets for settling into bank accounts or actually paying out cash to consumers. And so we have a lot of what we call liquidity and working capital positioned all around the world, 122 different currencies, many different bank accounts and associated pieces that really help us to facilitate the flow so we can actually move money instantly, right, without actually moving money. So what's interesting about Ripple and what's happening in the blockchain and crypto space is for the first time, there's a technology available that has the potential to truly transform that capability and actually, move money with data, which to me is just, kind of magical in a lot of ways, because that's really what the future is all about. How do you instantly transfer funds? How do you instantly sort of transform the business without all of this, as Brad would say at Ripple, with all this trapped liquidity, around the world. And so that's what's exciting about Ripple. That's what's exciting about their technology platforms and all the change that they're trying to drive and the innovation they're trying to drive.
You chose Ripple because you think they right now have the best platform to do this most efficiently.
I think they not only have the best platform to do it efficiently, but they also have the vision that I think encapsulates what we're trying to do as well, right? How do you drive down costs? How do you improve throughput? How do you drive efficiency and provide a better service not only for our customers, but also for the future and potential customers that are coming? And so, I think Ripple and its, cryptocurrency XRP is really innovative in that sense. They've driven well over 300 partners around the world. Some of those are banks, some of those are other remittance providers like MoneyGram. And so there's just sort of an infinite possibility as you build out, that network and the associated touch points through that channel and through that capability.
Is it bringing prices down? You've said it's quicker to use their technology and their platform, the settlement's quicker. But is it also bringing costs down? Are you able to pass that cost reduction on to customers too as a result of using Ripple's platform and XRP, the digital currency, to do this?
Yeah, it's a great question. So there's a lot of things driving cost and price in a market. And so if you think about, generally speaking, it should be very, very quick. It should be very inexpensive to move money cross-border. But the truth is, it is not today, and that is largely because of the cost of foreign exchange. It's the cost of banking services. It's the speed at which you can actually move money and make these things happen. And so companies like MoneyGram have innovated for years to try to drive the best solution possible. But as I was saying earlier, to have liquidity parked in all these markets around the world for the purposes of instant settlement actually takes a lot of working capital, it takes a lot of cash, and it takes a lot of forward thinking to pre-position money out there. If you also think about currencies never really being stable, currencies are always quite volatile, and so the fluctuations in that is moving all the time. If a customer wants to send $300 from the U.S. to Mexico, we're giving them a rate. We're locking in that rate. But the price at which we have to buy Mexican pesos for purposes of settlement in Mexico, that could be at a totally different price point by the time we get to actually pre-positioning that currency. So if you're able to take that $300 that consumer wants to send and actually settle it instantly, real time, and give the same rate to MoneyGram that you're giving to the customer, it's actually a very, very interesting opportunity to streamline and take costs out. And yes, those costs then can be passed back to customers, or, as a public company, they can also be, driven to help improve margin and actually profitability for the company as well, for shareholders. So, it's kind of a win-win combination, and it's also enabling, this instant speed of money, which is amazing.
Now, I asked First Move viewers what their most popular questions were, or questions for you were, and one that kept coming up was, do you own the digital currency XRP, or does MoneyGram? So I'm asking you. Do you own any yourself?
I personally do not own any XRP. And MoneyGram itself, again, because of sort of new regulation and reporting requirements, any XRP that we receive, we tend to sell about as real time as possible. There's a lot of changing regulation and accounting rules around cryptocurrency and the assets associated with it. So no, we do not hold for any period of time any crypto assets on our books.
MoneyGram has also done deals with Visa Direct to make payments straight to debit cards. It's all about the need for speed. I asked Alex if he plans to take the US-based service cross-border too.
Well, absolutely. I mean, I think one of the challenges, for us has been how do you compete with a free service, and that's really complicated. So, we've done everything we can to reduce costs, reduce friction, and improve our U.S. domestic product. We used to be one of the largest players in what we call the U.S. domestic business, which was really cash-to-cash payments across the United States. That market has declined quite substantially. Our market share has dissipated with the rise of Venmos and Zelles as we've lost market share to these digital players. And so for us to be able to push back and get that market share back is great. And the adoption of Visa Direct in the U.S., the ability to push money from an account to an account, is an absolutely needed service, and so we are actually competing now and actually doing quite well. So we're very excited about that. And again, it's hard to compete with free, but we're doing the best we can on that. And I think our service through our app and that capability with Visa is giving consumers a connection and a capability that they've been wanting.
Using blockchain wallet? Making transactions and paying commissions every day? Join us then. Get cash back up to 3.6%. Thousands of satisfied customers. Dozens of Bitcoins have been paid. Fast withdrawals to crypto wallets. Crypto cash back. Not with us yet?